Lord William Cranston purchased a grand residence on Belgravia Street. On the very first night, he heard something he could not understand. Exactly at midnight, he heard a faint crying sound coming from the room upstairs. He assumed it was his imagination until he saw his servant the next morning, pale-faced, saying, "Sir, I couldn't sleep. Someone is walking in the empty room." The Lord climbed up to the room himself. It was locked with an old key. He opened the door, and inside the room, and on the wall, a faded portrait of a young woman with sorrowful eyes. When he heard a low moan, as if someone were breathing behind him, he turned. No one. But the woman's face in the portrait had changed. She was looking directly at him, alive. A few days later, an elderly neighbor from the neighborhood came to him and said, "Lord Cranston, that house is not as new to history as you think. It once belonged to a lady named Eleanor, who disappeared on the night of her wedding. They said she jumped from the window, but her body was never found. Since that night, no one dared to live there. Everyone who tried heard her crying in the dark." The Lord decided to face the truth. He sat in the same room at midnight. Then he heard a whisper, "I never left." He turned to the mirror. A woman in a torn white dress, her face half shadow, half pale flesh. Her eyes were filled with both tears and blood. She moved toward him slowly and said, "Return my ring, or the house will never fall silent." Then she vanished. In her place on the floor lay an old gold ring, engraved with the name Eleanor. After that night, the Lord left the house forever. He never sold it, never rented it. He simply locked it, and today, more than 150 years later, the house at Belgravia Street still stands. No one lives in it. The names for the upstairs room, everyone who tried to open it said they saw a face in the glass, smiling at them just before the lights went out.